one of those hot ones. It was a super hot day. Middle of Iraq, my second deployment. I was miserable, wishing I was home. I remember feeling the sun beaming down on my skin, and my skin feeling like it was ready to burn off of my body. I was pissed because things were happening at home that I had no control over. I was thousands of miles away. I felt helpless, couldn't do anything. I was there with people who weren't treating me the greatest, and sucky food. I mean, everything was messed up. And I remember wishing that the deployment was over. And I remember wishing I was out of that squadron. Then I remember wishing I was out of the Marine Corps. Then I remember wishing, and at that point I stopped. And I took a deep breath. I could feel the searing heat and the sand go deep in my lungs. And as I exhaled that breath, and I felt the pain, the goodness of getting it out, I said to myself, that is a breath I will never have again. This is a moment that I'll never have again. I can just wish each moment, each period, each lesson that I'm going through. I'll end up wishing my life away, and next thing I know, I'll turn around and it'll all be gone. And in that moment, I made a decision not to wish anything away anymore. That the pain I feel is just growing pain. It's just life preparing me for the next mission I have been called to do. Welcome to the Overcoming Obstacles 3-part video series. First part, what's your vision? What do you really want? What's your purpose on the planet? I mean, if life were a huge, juicy navel orange sitting in the palm of your hand and you were squeezing it as hard as you could and the juice rolled down your arm and dripped off your elbow, how do you squeeze the juice out of life like that? When you're sitting on your front porch at 80 years old looking back on your life, on what you've accomplished, what are you going to be excited that you did or regret that you didn't? That risk you didn't take? The easy way to say it, folks, is what's your gutsy move? In your gut, you know it's right, and it takes guts to do it. It's that voice in your head, you know, when you're leaving, you're pulling out your driveway, and you think, oh, I should go back in and get, say, your umbrella, right? You're like, I'm already backing out. You head out, mid-afternoon, it is pouring down raining, there are no close parking spots, and you're like, oh, why didn't I get the umbrella? It's that voice. Now, you know the voice I'm talking about. Now, some of you I know have multiple voices. It's the voice you can't shake. It's the one that no matter what, it's always there. And again, in your gut, you know it's right, and it takes guts to do it. There's another part of this called breakthrough mentality. And the definition for breakthrough mentality, because it's all about mindset and vision, right? Simply put, it's refusing to settle, even in the smallest of moments, and demanding a breakthrough life, or breakthrough career, breakthrough relationship with your spouse, your kids, whatever it is. But the key is refusing to settle, even in the smallest of moments. So, easy, quick story. I was with my business mentor. I'd flown to St. Louis. I was starving. She was starving. So we said, hey, let's go grab something to eat before we get to the incubator to do our work, right? So we go to this famous pancake house, and they have these huge pancakes, like this big, right? And in the menu, there were quite a few pancakes, but the ones that stuck out for me was the banana nut crunch, which was my favorite, and carrot cake, which I absolutely loved. And since the pancakes were so huge, I knew I wouldn't just order, one of each, because it's huge, right? And I asked the server, I was like, hey, well, what about a half and half pancake? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, we don't do that. And I was like, but do you think you could just, ask the cook in the back if they could? And if not, just come back out, let me know, and I will have decided on which one I want to get, right? She goes back. She doesn't come back out. 10 minutes later, she comes out with a half and half pancake. Small moment. That woman probably doesn't even remember my name. She probably doesn't even remember that experience, but I do. It's one of those moments where I created the breakthrough, and both of them were absolutely amazing, and it's one of those happy moments where I can say I created the breakthrough for me in just that small little way. Now, you go out to dinner with a bunch of friends or whatever, and everybody's like, just make up your mind, and then you just pick something, you're not all the way satisfied, you wish you'd done. Refusing to settle, even in the smallest of moments, and demanding a breakthrough life. So my question is, what's your vision? What's that breakthrough that's just waiting for you to show up? What's your gutsy move? If life were a huge, juicy orange sitting in the palm of your hand and the juice is rolling down your elbow, what do you really want? And that's the first step to overcoming the obstacles. Because when we have something we really want, the obstacles are just something we have to get over, around, under, through to get to the other side. Stay gutsy.